Hey, it's Kai. I just wanted to kind of talk about gender dysphoria a little bit. I oftentimes find dysphoria as a hard thing to talk about or explain, just mostly because it comes in so many different forms and it varies from person to person. It's really hard to come up with a universal way to explain. So first of all, I just wanted to kind of explain gender dysphoria the way WebMD explains it. I just Googled gender dysphoria and clicked on WebMD, and this is kind of what it gave me, well, part of what it gave me. So dysphoria is a feeling of dissatisfaction, anxiety, and restlessness. With gender dysphoria, the discomfort with your male or female body can be so intense that it can interfere with the way you function in normal life. For instance, at school or work or during social activities. So that's kind of the way WebMD describes it. To kind of give a more personal explanation of how dysphoria has kind of affected my life and how I've experienced it. Let's see here. I experienced dysphoria long before I even knew what dysphoria was. And back before I understood dysphoria or knew anything about it or even knew that gender dysphoria existed, the best way I can explain my dysphoria was extreme social anxiety that I no longer have anymore. And also a lot of depression. I think it's important to note that this depression was different than regular clinical depression. I deal with depression that's not related to my dysphoria and depression that is related to my dysphoria, and they are different. They have a lot of the same effects on me, but the way I handle them, the way I can handle them, and the things that work to relieve them are both different. It's just not the same thing, and they could either both be happening at the same time, or there could be one or the other, or it could be neither. So those are separate. When I started figuring out this whole gender thing and realizing that I am transgender, my dysphoria changed a little bit. A lot of my social anxiety went away when people started calling me by male pronouns, and once I cut my hair and started dressing. I mean, I always had a tomboy type of wardrobe, but when I could really just go to the men's section and pick out clothes and just not, when I understood a little bit more why I felt this way, my dysphoria changed. Sometimes I can wake up with it and it will go away later in the day. Sometimes I could wake up and feel fine and it will come on later in the day, kind of without warning. Sometimes it just lasts all day, and sometimes it can be triggered by conversations, by activities, by looking in the mirror, different things like that. The way it really affects me can change. It could make me mad. It can make me sad. It could make me just really frustrated. It could make me feel like, oh, this is such an inconvenience. And just at its least, dysphoria feels like a minor inconvenience. At its worst, it could affect my whole day to where I don't want to do anything, or I end up changing my shirt 20,000 times for no reason, really, because I probably look fine in the very first one I put on. It can cause me anxiety. It can cause me the kind of anxiety where I don't want to be around people at all, or it could just cause me the kind of anxiety where I'm just really nervous about things. What people will call me, or if I'm passing, stuff like that. It makes me self-conscious sometimes. It could show itself in that way. Sometimes I just feel something similar to embarrassment, but it's not embarrassment, because I'm not embarrassed about anything. It's just, it kind of feels like that. Disappointment sometimes. Sometimes a little bit of jealousy when I see a guy with a towel around his waist coming out of the shower or something, and just really like, damn, I wish I could do that, something like that. You know, it's so dysphoria. It has so many different forms. It's hard to really just explain it. I mean, I guess those are the best ways I could explain it. Sometimes it's all the above, everything I just said all at once. You know, I just it's unique to everyone. It's unique in its forms, and how it affects me is just depression, anxiety, discomfort, jealousy, sadness, anger, frustration, disappointment. Yeah. But all those feelings and a few more. It can really be any of those. So that's kind of the best way I can explain dysphoria. And then just, it's all related back to how people see me, how I see myself, to my body, and the fact that I don't have certain parts, and the fact that I do have certain parts. Don't have, obviously, being the below the belt, do have being the chest. So, you know, it's all just related back to that, and that's the best way I can sum up gender dysphoria as it relates to me. Yeah, that was this video, kind of. But yeah, this is just meant to be a video on gender dysphoria and the best way I can explain it. I gave you the official WebMD way of describing it, and then just kind of my personal way to describe it. So yeah. Alright, I gotta work on this 3-month video that's already a day late, and I don't want it to be much more later than this. So that'll be on my other channel, so check that out as soon as I put it up. Also, just another note, I've kind of been slacking on raising money for my top surgery, so I'm gonna put my GoFundMe link in the description, and if you could donate, that'd be awesome. If you could just share. If you can't donate, that'd be really awesome too. But yeah, I'm trying to get it as soon as possible, within the next 1.5 years or so. We're probably gonna start looking at doctors pretty soon. So yeah, but I've been really slacking on like advertising my GoFundMe and stuff. But if you could donate, that'd be awesome. If you could share, equally awesome. I know money is tight for everyone. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.